In an age long forgotten to history, I ruled as a mighty king. My domain was vast, my riches endless, and my power infinite. This is the dread Lord Harkon's description of his past before his conversion to vampirism. He would have us believe that even then he was a lion amongst sheep with endless and bountiful power that afforded him supreme rule over men. Yet this was not enough. It did not quench his thirst for power, leading him to commit himself and his family to Morlock Baal's will in a bid for immortality, affording him more power still. But what if Harkon's true power did not come from his kingdom or his vampirism but from his blood? What if Harkon was Dragonborn? There's plenty of evidence to support this claim, but even then, be aware that this video is one of pure speculation, whilst still being lore based. I'd also like to thank the Reddit user Toad of Steel, who gave me permission to make a video concerning this theory, as it is indeed his, so a massive shout out to him for allowing me to make this video. The first point of interest stems from the fact that Harkon is unnaturally powerful, even for a vampire lord. He's far more powerful than Serana and Valerica, who both have the title of Daughter of Coldharper, and they are direct, pure-blood vampires just like Harkon, and Valerica is presumably roughly the same age as Harkon, so there's no clear reason as to why he would be so much more powerful than her. While this doesn't exactly clearly support the theory of him being a Dragonborn, it certainly alludes to the fact that there is much more to Harkon than meets the eye. Then there is the case of the prophecy of the tyranny of the sun, and Auriel's bow, and Harkon's intentions when it comes to supposedly fulfilling the prophecy. It is never clear what Harkon's true purpose is in fulfilling the prophecy. Does he want all vampires to roam free, or just those of his clan, or maybe just even himself? Harkon says he wants an age of vampire supremacy, but half of the radiant quest you get from the Volkihar clan vampires are to kill other vampires, whom the Volkihar clan views as little more than savage animals. So that would suggest clearly that the clan is mostly just looking out for themselves. Also, Harkon could easily just desire Auriel's bow as a weapon of immense terror and a symbol of power. In addition, Valerica mentions that all using the bow to fulfill the prophecy would do is draw attention to vampires, and that it would not usher in this glorious era that Harkon supposedly envisions. Even if vampires are much more powerful than the average mortal, the mortals innumerably outnumber the vampires, so there's little chance of Harkon winning in his bid for domination. Also, there's the fact that Valerica doesn't understand why Harkon would want to use it, besides a general lust for power, and this is arguably the most crucial point, as this goes far beyond mere power. Dragons, and by extension Dragonborns, all have an insatiable lust for power. In Parthenax's own words, he says to the Dovahkiin that, "We were made to dominate. The will to power is in our blood. You feel it in yourself, do you not?" Even the player has a lust for power as the Dragonborn, as we keep on completing quests to further ourselves in Skyrim, and the same can be said for Harkon. He demonstrates qualities similar to that of the Septim Dragonborn emperors, who sought more and more power for their domain. And similarly, Miraak wanted to gain power to dominate the minds of anyone from mortal to dragon. Harkon in turn wants to gain power over the sun. And the sun itself has significant symbolism, representing Auriel's influence on Mundus, the mortal realm. Auriel is the elven name for the Aedra known to the human races as Akatosh, and Akatosh is the one responsible for Dragonborns existing in the first place, granting a part of his spirit to a mortal, thus they become Dragonborn. Harkon is thus fulfilling another aspect common to dragons, the tendency to rebel against authority. Miraak wants to rebel against his master Hermaeus Mora. Parthenax led a rebellion against Alduin, his master, who in turn was rebelling against his purpose to bring about the end of the Kalpa and usher in a new age. All these points are rather ambiguous, but they do strongly suggest that Harkon has traits attributed to every dragon and Dragonborn, the will to dominate all, and the tendency to rebel against the established order. Another indication is the fact that boss music plays in the final fight against Harkon. In the core game, this only plays against dragons and not for any of the faction quest final bosses, such as Mercer Frey or Ankano, and the lyrics of the various boss music pieces refer to the Dragonborn and their fight with the dragons or other Dragonborns. This music would thus suggest, under his appearance as a dread vampire lord, Harkon is indeed a powerful Dragonborn, with general lusts for power no different to that of the player or other dragons. Anyway guys, thanks for watching this video and I hope you enjoyed. I've got many other lore and speculation videos on my channel you can check out if you feel like it. Thanks again and I'll see you in the next one.